Hello and thanks for joining us on this Monday edition of this KEYC News Now to Go update. I'm Jackson Jurek, and in a few minutes I'll be joined by First Alert meteorologist Caitlin Lohr with a look at today's forecast and beyond. We'll start with local news. A portion of Judson Bottom Road will be closed starting this morning. Judson Bottom Road from Lookout Drive to Valerie Lane starting Monday, March 10th, with the expectation to be closed for a week or until the work is completed for storm sewer repairs. Any questions or concerns may be answered at the North Mankato website or at 507-625-4141. We'll switch to some national news. The countdown is on for Congress this week, with government funding running out on Friday. Plus, the White House is welcoming European leaders amid uncertainty about the future of the Russia-Ukraine war. Washington correspondent Ryan Henson has your week ahead from Washington.
The biggest story in Washington this week, the March 14th deadline to fund the government. On Saturday, House Republicans unveiled a stopgap measure to keep the government funded through September. It keeps top-line spending levels the same, something Republicans see as a win. The 99-page continuing resolution increases spending on ICE, defense, and veterans, but decreases non-defense spending below 2024 levels. On Monday, President Trump is expected to welcome NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte. Expect the two to continue conversations about how to handle the Russia-Ukraine war. Just last week, the Secretary General called for Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to mend his relationship with Trump. On Wednesday, the White House is welcoming the leader of Ireland, Taoiseach Micheál Martin. Last Thursday, Trump signed a proclamation declaring March Irish American Heritage Month. And this will be the first meeting between the two leaders. And that's your week ahead in Washington. I'm Ryan Henson.
Continuing in national news, China is imposing new retaliatory tariffs on certain U.S. agricultural goods today. President Donald Trump says his trade policies will make the U.S. richer in the end, but his administration is starting to acknowledge the potential for at least some short-term pain for Americans. Amy Kiley has the latest on escalating trade tensions.
In trade, as in hockey, Canada will win.
Some American trade partners are cracking down on U.S. exports. Starting today, American farmers face new retaliatory tariffs on many products they send to China. The measures include an extra 15% duty on chicken, wheat, corn, and cotton, and a 10% one on items such as beef and soybeans. Some American farmers say they're worried escalating trade tensions could make it harder to sell their products abroad.
Everything we produce far exceeds what the domestic market could handle.
Meanwhile, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's newly elected successor is standing by Canada's retaliation against the U.S.
My government will keep our tariffs on until the Americans show us respect.
President Donald Trump is doubling down. He says some tariffs on Canadian and Mexican goods scheduled for April 2nd, quote, could go up. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick says duties on steel and aluminum imports are set to start Wednesday. Most mainstream economists say tariffs can be inflationary. Lutnick acknowledges some prices might rise in the U.S., but Trump says any pain would be short term.
Are you expecting a recession this year?
I hate to predict things like that. There is a period of transition because what we're doing is very big. We're bringing wealth back to America.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
We'll transition gears back to in the studio. Caitlin, an absolutely gorgeous weekend. I mean, I was outside and soaked up some rays, went for a run. I'm sure you got Harvey outside. How was that?
So much fun. He is loving it. He's got rain boots because our backyard is a mud pit, but that doesn't stop him from trudging around and playing with sticks and doing whatever little toddlers do on their daily life. But, you know, it's always fun to see and watch him explore the world. You know, we took him sledding before the snow melted.
Yeah.
After the snow melted, he was just outside, and bringing him in is the hard part. Yep. That's when he cries.
Yep. That's
he
a
does
good
not,
thing. That's
he
a
does
very
not
good
want to come
thing.
in. So if your child is like Harvey and wants to be outside, the good news is plenty of opportunities to do so this week. Starting with today, actually, if you've been outside so far, you've noticed it's already been a pretty mild and quiet start to the day, and that's going to continue. We've got a little bit of cloud coverage through the morning hours, but as we go through the day, we're going to see more sunshine than cloud coverage anywhere across the area. Temperatures are going to be phenomenal for this time of year. So if you have any littles at your house or pets that want to get outside and run around, or maybe you want to go for a walk, just be mindful if they're in the yard, be watching for things like mud or water to be tracked into your house because, well, it's very soggy out there from the snow that we got and now melting. And that's going to be the process over the next few days as we continue with sunshine and mild conditions. And tonight, just a little bit of some cloud coverage passing through the area, but generally rather quiet. Temperatures today, wonderful. Take a look at this, 65 for the high today for this afternoon with that sunshine mixed in. Temperatures overnight not even dropping too bad. If you've got evening plans or you work later through the overnight hours, temperatures as you head out the door, maybe are coming home if you come home late, are not going to be too unbearable out there. We're looking at mid 40s by midnight tonight. Wind wise, we're looking at anywhere from 10 to 15 miles an hour through the day. And I know this usually leads to wind chill values, but in general, when temperatures start to hit the 60s or warmer, maybe even the mid 50s or warmer, wind chills are pretty negligible at that point, even when we have a breeze out there. So we're looking at a high of 65 degrees. Winds up to 15 miles an hour is only going to give us a wind chill of about 64 degrees. So that's a degree difference. And that's something that we like to look forward to going into the warmer temperatures, because the warmer the temperatures overall, the less we have to deal with wind chill values. Now, we will see those wind chill values drop later tonight as temperatures themselves drop into the 20s by tomorrow morning, and that's because we could still end up having a breeze overnight. Now we're looking at a low of 27 degrees by tomorrow morning, but winds up to 15 miles an hour, gusts up to 25 possible, and because we're dropping back into those 20s and 30s, there's a better chance for those wind chills to develop. Tomorrow, we're looking at low to mid 40s with more sunshine across the area. We are seeing those drought conditions kind of stay stagnant where they are, which is good. The blizzard that we had that dropped several inches of snow across the area last week, I should say, will be added to the drought monitor. The next update coming this Thursday. Dry conditions for this week, but we will see those conditions kind of amp up with rain, maybe a little bit of snow mixed in for the upcoming weekend. Here's what that looks like on your extended forecast. Anywhere from the 40s to the 70s by Friday. Chance maybe for some record breaking for Thursday and Friday. And then, of course, that next system moves through and we can just skip past that, in my opinion.
Yeah, so luckily for me, I'll be here Friday until about 11, and then I fly out to Phoenix, and I'm going to enjoy some sunshine over the weekend in Glendale. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, you're getting that. I'm going down south to Illinois where we could see severe weather chances down there over the weekend. So I guess we're seeing a little bit of everything in the country.
A little bit of everything. Well, thank you very much, Caitlin. I'm excited for that. We're going to transition into some sports now. In the sports world, high school boys swim and dive state championships took place over the weekend. Our Haley McCormick was up at the record-breaking performance from the weekend events. Have a look.
To Gene K. Freeman Aquatic Center. It's the Class A Boys State Swim and Dive Meet, and Mankato East Elliot Bartel is looking to make some history this afternoon in the 100-yard butterfly. Bartel not only looking to defend his title in this event, but the junior has a chance to break the Class A state record. The task at hand is to swim faster than a 48.93, which is the current record in this event. Bartel gets out to a great start and doesn't let up. The senior breaks the record by 0.2 of a second, finishing with a time of 48.91 en route to back-to-back state titles in the 100-yard butterfly. Bartel going home a state champion for the second year in a row, and he is also the new state record holder.
I knew those guys are going to be coming after me, so I had to work harder than those guys to, get ahead of them, get out faster than them, and I also wanted to get that state record this year. And I got it, so yeah, I'm super happy that I was able to get that. But now that I broke that state record, my name's going to be on that front of the paper for a couple years, maybe decades, which I'm hoping for. And that can be such a great feeling to have because, not a lot of people will get to have that kind of thing happen to them.
But the action isn't done yet. In the 50-yard freestyle, Mankato West Danny Mari finishes in second place overall with a time of 21.05, and finishing in fifth place is Bartel with a time of 21.47. Mari also taking home hardware in the 100-yard freestyle. He's the runner-up, finishing with a time of 46.89. Congrats to all of our area athletes who competed at this year's state swim and dive meet.
And of course, we'll have coverage on the girls' high school basketball state tournament and the boys next week. Exciting stuff. And like you mentioned, March has just got everything in it.
Coming in like a lion, that's for sure.
There we go. Well, thank you very much, Caitlin, and thanks for watching this KEYC News Now to Go update. Stay with KEYC News Now for the latest local news, weather, and sports on our website.
And download the free KEYC News and Weather apps for the latest headlines and forecast.